Hey, there was a draft decision from the Supreme Court stating that they're going to outlaw abortion. It's something that they planned on, and something that they they get elected on, that they get contributions, and it's a big thing that they've been using, and they've been fueled by the religious right. Now I know that there are people who have bona fide, strongly held beliefs, because who wants to see a child be killed, an infant be killed? That's nothing that anybody wants.
But it's been a
And
trick.
why I say it's a trick, because if there was a segment of the population that really cared about babies, they wouldn't be in the same group who fought against healthcare, school lunches, Head Start, paying women equal wages, or just against poverty. Because what's happening is that it's not people who have the wherewithal that will be harmed by these decisions, but it's people who don't have the wherewithal. And before abortion was legalized, there were back alley abortions, there were hangers, there were all sorts of things being done. There are two evils, and in life there are often two evils. They're not Everything is not purely I won't say even black and white, but everything is not as clearly marked in such a way that we always know which is best. We have to take time and study and be clear. But with the two evils that we have, the making abortion legal and making it illegal, um, both are not good choices. But if there was a sincerely held belief that babies must be protected at all costs, more would be done to improve the lives of women. Because once you improve the lives of women, every study shows, once you improve the lives of women and girls, you don't have these problems. But when you can't get health care, when you won't get paid, when you're in all sorts of problems, there's gender discrimination worldwide, and then you're being forced to lose control of your body. Can you imagine losing control over your own body by law, by predominantly men? And that's what's happening now. This whole idea of abortion is a scam, because they show that they don't care about children. This country, can send billions of dollars overseas for weapons to defend another country, which is a good thing. But when it comes to improving the life of its citizens, healthcare, education, sending people to a good school, uh, being able to vote, the same class of people who champion abortion don't want people to vote, to even direct their lives. And we need to see the writing on the wall. This is about rolling back protections on people. And we think that just because we have rights, civil rights, that we're home free. We're not. There are people who don't like those rights, who are trying to repeal, the same class of people are trying to repeal affirmative action, whereas affirmative action for people of a particular race has been the law of the land. That's why we had Jim Crow. That's why we have all these other problems. That's why people are shot in the back by police and claim that they're feared for their lives. And we can't sit back and think this is okay. It's not okay. It's a problem, because if we think because it's only people who can't control themselves sexually that are harmed by this, it's not true. It's a steady, gradual reduction of rights, and it has to stop somewhere. Third time I'm going to say it. It's been a scam, because of these people who are so concerned about the right to life. They'd be concerned about the right to health care, the right to education, the right to vote, and they're not. In fact, these are the same people who champion open carry of guns without a license or without a permit. No training, no background check, no psychological check. Just here's your gun, here's your weapon to kill. But they always talk about the right to life. It's a scam. They're trying to roll back the clock when only a minority of the population ruled, and they want to rule roughshod. They're only concerned about um, giving money to people who don't need it, and taking away resources from people who need it badly. And what greater resource can you take from a person than the right to control their own body? If we can send satellites into space, if we can do all these other things, telescopes that can see millions of years in the past because of distance, we have all these technological advances, but we can't help a fetus. The, the only way we find to help a fetus is by taking away the rights of a woman. And my clergy colleagues can disagree with me, because I believe they have, for the most part, sincerely held beliefs on the sanctity of life. But it's not enough. It's not enough to have this kind of conceptual concern for only a segment of life and not advocate as strongly for voting rights, for health care, for free education. Free education, that's right. The best thing our country can do is not its resources, it's talent of its people. So you turn down the country by doing what you do. And if you are concerned about life, you would do the things that preserve life when life is here. And it's a shame. The ruling that's coming down by the Supreme Court is not been official yet. It's not been promulgated, but it's been a draft decision. And for the first time in history, it's been disseminated before it's finalized. But trust me, um, with George Bush, who was not properly elected president, Donald Trump was not properly elected president. With the rules that Mitch McConnell put in with the Senate, they gerrymandered all these things to get to position to where they can rule the country they want to rule it, irrespective of rights. If we think that what happened on January 6th is like a fluke, it's not. It's always been happening. There was a previous coup plan, research it yourself, in the past in this country by the grandfather of George W. Bush. So we live in a land that's as wild as any others because we're all human beings. And this is what's happening. And human beings, once they get power, if they're not checked, they go overboard. And we've gone overboard. Funny thing is, like this country, just like a lot of us, no one can really harm us from the outside, but we can harm ourselves from the inside. And this country is harming itself from the inside by people who just want power and who just want to be sexist, racist pigs and and roll the clock back where only a few white men had power and money. And we don't need to let it happen.